Hello friend, my name is Asindra, and today I'm going to continue playing for you Uncommon Time by Feral Phoenix. Now last time we got Chantal to join our quintet and for the world tuning, but then Arietta said something about having sex with Altair because she of course was probably the progeny or sub-progeny of rape. And then we appeared here. So I don't know why we're here specifically, but let's go find out. Can we touch? Okay. What? Okay. Why are we in a cave? Like, is there a specific reason? Are we cave, what is it? I don't even remember what it's called. But are we just, like, spelunking? There we go. Can't. Okay. Are we going to find Altair dead again? But for reals this time? There have been no monsters. That's interesting. It's always why is there a dead tree? Well, I guess because it's, spring? I don't know. We were also talking about how climate change has, not been addressed anymore since the world tuning because people are idiots. Or at least that's the reason why I came up. Well, it's because people just rather have... Look at, there's a fish in there! People would rather just, ignore it if it's been covered up so that until like their not future but like their children will have to deal with it or grandchildren. If they don't have to deal with it, they're happy. This is very pretty and I am so suspicious. What is going on? Like I said before, I feel like a lot of it is like a band-aid. Oh, there's a well. Well. With coming up with solutions that are not actually solutions to this thing, like what Arietta came up with. Oh, wow, that's a thing. Where are we? Seriously, where are we? The world tuning was a band-aid, and it only temporarily puts off the problem. Oh, we can't go there. Fine. We're back at the mansion. That was odd. Are we in Polyphony? I don't remember where this was. Aw, he's old. I'm home. Welcome back. Wait, Lady Arietta, you don't even live here. My honey's house is my house. I mean it. You have an entire mansion in Bel Canto all to yourself. You can at least make some pretenses of actually going about your daily life there. I could, but I don't feel like it. I stay there when I don't feel like dealing with people anyway. Haha, well, I guess if you weren't like this, you wouldn't be yourself. I think you probably meant that to be vaguely insulting, but I don't really care. More importantly, it's pretty unusual to see you bring your boyfriend around here. Are you two going on a date? Oh, please pardon the intrusion. You're so polite, it's adorable. Don't worry about it, I'm just giving my sort of kind of not really stepdaughter a hard time. Make yourself at home, I always do. Thanks for always taking care of Chantal. Lady Arietta! Oh, she's starting to get annoyed. I'll stop. Anyway, I'm just here to see Altair, so I'll leave you two to your own devices. Ah! Breaking the fourth wall. Hey! Are you okay? You seem kind of shaky and loopy and weird. I mean, you're always playing up the ridiculous thing for fun, but it's unusual for you to be this maudlin. So is that obvious? I'll be fine, I'm just tired. I was messing around with magic stuff and it took more out of me than I expected, that's all. I just need to see Altair and then I can go rest. Are you sure you don't want to sit down for a moment first? You two are sweet, but I'm okay. I can handle the stairs. Don't mind me and go ahead enjoying your date. I didn't know we needed your permission. Yeah. And, I don't know. Get some rest before you get too lovey-dovey with Father. Somehow this feels backwards. Shouldn't I be the one telling you to play safe? You're always joking around saying stuff like that, so it's payback. Actually, no. Being the one doing the nagging feels weird too. Just forget it. Let's go. Bye. Have fun, kids. Alright. I want to live there. So bad. I'm back. Welcome back. Arietta, you're so pale. Is something wrong? Nothing, I'm just tired. I probably need to get off my feet for a while, but can we talk? Are you feeling any better now? By the way, I just realized that the ferns behind the bed were in the picture as well, which is really cool. Sorry, anyway. A little. I'm glad. What is it that you wanted to talk about? I'm pregnant. Eh? I'm sorry, that's kind of a weird place to start talking. But I've worried enough about how to tell you on the way back, about how you'd react, and I'm just too worn out for tact. And I'll put you out of your misery now. There is no father. I haven't been coming to see you as much because I've been spending a lot of time with the spirits, trying to determine if I'm anywhere near spirit enough to just create offspring out of my own power, and the surrounding mana the way that they can. A full spirit could literally make a fully formed baby right on the spot, but I'm too human. The most I can do was to create a self-fertilized embryo and let it gestate the usual human way. I finally made that work today. I had to use most of my power to do it, so I'm exhausted, but I'll be back to normal once I get some rest. Well, for one thing, that's truly extraordinary magic. But I don't think I ever heard you say that you wanted children of your own. If you were keeping it to yourself all this time because I can't. I'm sorry, I've let you down, haven't I? No, that's not it. I would have been fine ending the Cantabile line with myself, just not having kids at all. You know how I feel about my own existence. How could I ever want to pass that on to another person? Especially the way that it got corrupted as well. But I know now I have to have a child. Everyone thinks that the world has already been saved when it hasn't. That means that unless human nature manages to change, I need to be able to pass on my blood and my power on, so that they still exist if the world tuning ever becomes necessary again. I can't come up with some perfect renewable resource to use as full fuel within my lifetime. I can't make humanity take its own crisis seriously. This is all I can do. I'm the reason this is happening, so I have to take responsibility. I have no choice. Arietta. What a shitty reason to have a kid, right? You are my only point of reference as to what a parent ought to be. I'm not ready for this. I don't want to mess this up, but I can't afford to wait. I'm sorry that I went behind your back. I know I have no right to ask this, but I want you to help me. I don't want any child of mine to grow up the same way that I did. I'm going to have to put the weight of the world on their shoulders. but I at least want them to be loved and to feel like it's okay to be alive. Arietta, I understand if you're angry. God knows I would rather have had your kid than resorted to this. But Arietta, slow down. Aw. I'm not angry with you. I'm actually sorry for making you worry about this by yourself all this time. I'm glad you're talking to me about it now. Oh. Of course I'll help you. I think you'll be a great parent, even on your own, but I'll help you to the best of my ability. And I also think you're blaming yourself too much for things that are out of your control. You've given over half your life to give humanity the time it needs to change. Even if that means shackling it into a cycle with no end. It's too early to decide that. I believe in the potential of this world that you've saved. Even if it takes them a while, I think they'll be able to answer all the time and pain and hard work we've offered up for their sake. You're such a hopeless philanthropist. And I'm in love with such a hopeless misanthrope. I didn't save the world because of faith in humanity. I can't have faith in them. But it's the world where all the people I love live. I did it for all of you. That's okay. That's enough. You have enough distrust in people for both of us, so I'll have enough faith for both of us too. And when the baby is born, we'll teach them both. It's going to be okay. They will grow up knowing love. I'd never trust anyone but you with my body. I know. Even if you could, it's not as though we can marry anyway. There still wouldn't be anything for me to forgive. Even so, I want you to know that. It matters to me that you know that. Okay. And that was how she was born. My daughter, Teagan Cantabile, the most important person in my life. We raised her to know happiness that I never had as a child, and I entrusted everything to her. The truth, bowing, and the right to choose for herself what to do about the world. And at the end of our lives, Altair and I left an imprint of ourselves here in Uncommon Time. Altair, so that he would still be here when Aubrey woke, and me, so that I would be able to watch over the cycle of the world tuning in order to take responsibility. Oh, we're back. This is a forest? No, I can feel the stars. This is still Uncommon Time. Is everyone okay? Kinda, I think. Oh, wow, I'm dizzy. That was the history of the world tuning, or at least Arietta's perspective of it. Right? Everyone saw the same thing, right? If everyone experienced a number of Arietta's memories roughly covering a span of 20 years, then yes, I believe so. Yeah, that's what I saw. Yep, me too. Yes. Good. I'd hate for all that to turn out to have been me dreaming or something. My. Well, this time at least, it appears you've spared from embarrassment. Gee, thanks. Is this, I don't know, normal for Uncommon Time? I don't really know how to answer that. You're the only one who's been here twice before. You're qualified. Well, they all involve memories, so I guess so. I wonder if there's any significance to these memories having been chosen. I guess if this place is Arietta's mind and not any of ours, then of course it'll be her memories, but... So, what? Do you think she wanted to tell us the story of how the world tuning came to be? Well, one person's perspective is never an accurate depiction of history. It's kind of a Captain Obvious thing to say, but any one person only ever knows what they know. And all we really have is the biased history Alto's family has passed down, Luminoso's recollections, and now those flashbacks we got shown. But we do have a more complete picture now, I think. Man, listen to you talking like a pro. What a great big nerd. Sorry for being a hobbyist, I guess. Still, I think you're probably right. It seems like a lot of stuff happened. Well, I'm not sure whether Arietta herself really did select certain incidents to show us or not, but we will be able to ask soon. You mean... Oh yes, she's here further on in. If Uncommon Time were a living organism, why, she would be its heart. Well, that's not a morbid mental image at all. All of a sudden I'm nervous again. My. I quite understand. We've all just seen a lot anyway. Aubrey is awfully quiet. You noticed? Yeah, the rest of us aren't shutting up. It's kind of conspicuous. And I think we all need some time to process the information and prepare ourselves. That's fine with me. Alright. Are we gonna go forward without them, or just talk to them? I think I'll talk to them before I go forward without them. So, Teagan? Whoa. So that's what that Arietta you'd never shut up blah. So that's what that Arietta you'd never shut up about was really like, huh? Never shut up about? I wasn't really that bad, was I? Once you actually started talking like a normal person, you sure were. First it was a relief, then it was annoying as hell, and then it was just business as usual with a side of obnoxiousness. Actually, I'm surprised that's what you're fixating on instead of just the history itself. No, it's interesting to get a first-hand account for sure, but even I was curious, you know? After hearing so much about the legendary Alto Cantabile, savior of the world, just getting the laundry list of things she did and why you thought she was so awesome never told me what kind of person she actually was. And so, what's your conclusion? How should I put this? You sure can tell that you and she are related. How do you mean? In the sense that she's ridiculous and all her ideas seem to have come out of the left field just like yours do. Actually, compared to her, you start to look perfectly reasonable. Teagan! I'm kidding, I think. Well, I may not understand her thought process or yours, but... It's like Aubrey's Lord Altair said. She was human. She had her own flaws and worries too. Yeah. And I'd say impressed here, but I don't know. It surprised me to hear she actually foresaw the problem with the Cantabile cycle, even if it was technically too late to do much about it. Yeah, I noticed that too. Anyway, it's made me think of a lot of things too. It was weird seeing someone else's memories out of their own eyes, but still kind of neat. I'm glad. Anyway, I'm ready to go whenever you and the others are. Yay, we obtained a Teagan. Oh god, we're only like level 50. Do I really want to cry right now? Let's talk to Sag. Well, no, okay, let's do it. Just get out of the way. So that's what happened. Aubrey. So Chantal was... because of me, there's so much I didn't know. Aubrey. I made such terrible mistakes. I was really horrible to her, wasn't I? And Lady Arietta was the one to save her. That's so underhanded. Eh? How am I supposed to keep hating her now? Don't laugh at me when I'm seriously worrying. Gah. They really do still act like an uncute kid whenever Arietta's involved. Whenever you want to move on, I'm ready. Okay. Well, that was less painful than I thought. Still kind of want to cry. Great. Why? I thought I pressed the right button. I didn't. So this is what Uncommon Time is like. It's kind of weird, but also really cool. You think so? You don't? Well, the first one I went to was mine, and then with Aubrey's, I guess I never really given it much thought. Huh. Yeah, come to think of it, I guess that's fair. If it's your own memories, it might be hard to think of it that way. Oh, and I'm curious. From the way you put it when Teagan asked, I'm just guessing. That's a new face for, Mayron. But were yours and Aubrey's really different from this one or something? Let's see. I guess the structure of each one is the most different. Like here, we experienced Arietta's memories like we were her. But in Aubrey's, they were just something we watched from the outside. And we didn't go right from one memory to the next. This Uncommon Time is really neat and well ordered that way. With Aubrey, we actually had to go from one place to the next ourselves, in landscapes made from their memories. And it was really weird and dreamlike. Doors never seemed to go where they were supposed to. You'd try walking from a room into a hall and suddenly you'd be outside. Wow, that sounds pretty different. And with me, it was like, just a lot of weird stuff all jumbled together. Aubrey's was way neater. Since the music box is always made from someone's mind, I guess it depends on the person. I wonder if this one is the one ordered, 'cause Arietta's... Oh, I see what they're saying. Okay. I wonder if this one is this ordered, because Arietta's the one who made Uncommon Time in the first place. Since she helped make it and lives here and everything, maybe she can control it. Maybe you're onto something there. That does sound cool. But I can see why you looked up to Arietta growing up. Now I'm kind of embarrassed. But yeah, I halfway wanted to be just like that, and halfway wanted to have something like that as a big sister or something. Someone like that, yes. Well, having older siblings who can do everything probably sounds nicer than it actually is. 'Cause then you have a lot of pressure to live up to their example, even if you can't. Oh, yeah, sorry. It's okay. Besides, I do get how you feel. The part where Arietta got so mad because she was used to being able to do everything by herself, I can't even imagine what that feels like. I'm totally jealous. It's probably hopeless for me, but I can't help thinking, like, wow, can I grow up to be her? I don't think it's hopeless. You're good at a lot of things. You're just hard on yourself, that's all. And you're still only 16. You've got plenty of time. Huh, maybe. But like, I don't know. It's probably disrespectful to think about things in terms that simple. I mean, heck, there was a lot of stuff going on. And it's not like Arietta never felt like she wasn't good enough either. That's actually kind of hardening. Even thinking that way is probably even more disrespectful. I don't know about that. Anyway, I think I understand a lot of stuff better now. About how things turned out like this and why Uncommon Time was made in the first place. I see. And what is it? One of her performers' family name was Otoa, right? Now that you mention it. See, I told you! It's probably just a coincidence, but it's bugging me. Even if that Otoa suzerain person was a relative, there'd probably be no way to check, since that was way before my family became nobility. Yeah. Oh well. So hey, are we getting ready to go now? I want to see what the rest of this place is like. Okay. I think I don't know if we can, but if we go to the library, maybe we can find the records there for, like the reference books for that year and see if there's a census thing. Although, it might not work because the census would have to be from the city or town that they were from, and I don't know if Suzerain was from, Belcanto. Or no, Polyphony, I think, is where the library is. No. The library's in Libretto. I'm dumb. So, yeah, because Aubrey lived in Polyphony, so maybe. We'll see. We'll find out. I'll look at the library then. Sure, fine. So, Saki, what do you think about Uncommon Time now that you've gotten to see it yourself? This is a truly fascinating work of magic. Above and beyond simply creating a landscape, to automatically generate a representation of someone's subconscious. I can hardly imagine just what it took to create this system, even for the most magically talented humans and spirits of the age. I wish I could study it, even in theory. Even just theory. I don't think there's anything stopping you if you really wanted to. I don't have the talent. My life just won't be long enough for someone at my level to get any real understanding. That's not true. I mean, there's no way of telling what's going to happen in the future, but you're smart and good at magic. I'm sure you could do it. Perhaps, but that isn't the problem. It's the time thing. There's no real point on dwelling on that. What about you? Eh? Why, there surely isn't any need to act so surprised, is there? You have admired Arietta all your life, and my guess is that this is the first time you've been able to experience her as a person and not a legend. Yeah, well, I think if you're expecting me to feel disillusioned, I don't really think I am. Oh? I mean, there was everything with Teagan, but even though I was raised knowing the truth about the world tuning. Arietta was a tall tale. She was a half a myth. Like this austere, perfect, invincible fairy tale legend. And I made it this far by clinging to that, like she was a statue I could take shelter behind, or a favorite bedtime story to take comfort in. We came from her, that's what I was told. But the Arietta in our oral traditions was so much larger than life that I always kind of felt like she couldn't really be real. I don't think this is making any sense. No, I understand. Go on. Like, that's why it's meant a lot to me being here in Harmonia, because there's proof everywhere that Arietta really existed. We've climbed the tower she built. We've seen her grave in the monument to her deeds. I mean, hell, we're living in her old mansion. And now, getting to learn about the past from Aubrey and from Luminoso isn't the same as this. We were shown Arietta's own memories. We were her. And she is really everything the legend says she was. None of it was an exaggeration. But she was still just a person, just like us. She got mad and impatient, and she was totally smitten with her boyfriend. And she thought like me, and she was real. She was real. I see. So it's overwhelming. And now I'm even more nervous, and it makes no sense. Come now, it will all be alright. I've just gotta do it. The longer I think about it, the worse it's gonna be. That's the spirit. Alright, is this the Healy? Whoa. Well, I don't know if that's a Healy thing or not, but we will find out next time, or go up the path. So, thank you for watching. Look forward to all of that, facing Arietta and stuff, and whatever we do after that. I love you. Bye-bye.